This is the Global Economic Commodities Scrap Metal and Recycling Report by our Bentley roll-off trailer and luggage truck, May 3rd, 2021. U.S. weekly crude steel production rose to 1.781 million tons as the steel mill utilization rate rose to 78.4. Good demand and low production is driving prices higher. The steel mill utilization rate was a high 91% plus in 2008. WTI crude oil price rose to $63.50 a barrel, but COVID increases remain a serious concern in India, yet oil is up significantly in recent months. The U.S. weekly oil rig count fell to 342, still down 78.7% from 2014's high on very slow demand increases and new technology which is hurting the rig count. Scrap steel number one, HMS, was steady at $391.67 a gross ton, but there is upward price pressure for May. U.S. and global demand continues to rise slowly. Hot rolled coil steel rose to $75.43 per hundredweight, yet another record high. Good demand and low production continue. Prices will rise. Copper price rose to $4.46 a pound, a 10-year high on the hopes of robust economic growth. Growth may be driven by the multi-trillion-dollar U.S. jobs and family plans. Aluminum price rose to $1.10 a pound, a multi-year high on the strong Chinese demand in automotive and construction. Supply has been hurt by China shutting down 34 alloy plants to limit emissions. China's April Caixin Manufacturing PMI index rose to 51.9, a 4-month high. Sentiment remained upbeat with incredibly strong exports to the U.S. U.S. consumers are spending a significant amount of money of the stimulus on Chinese-made goods. Canadian February retail sales rose to 4.8% from January, with March estimated to be up another 2.8%. Motor vehicles and parts led the increase. Core retail sales, which exclude gasoline and vehicles, rose for the first time in 3 months. U.S. Federal Reserve rate held steady at 0 to 0.25%, and the Fed said they will continue to purchase $120 billion a month of bonds. Bond purchases increase the money supply, keeping interest rates low. The Federal Reserve believes the increasing inflation will just be temporary. U.S. manufactured goods for March rose 0.5% from February, well below forecast. Short supply of goods impacted production again. Shortages due to the storms in Texas and other states are still hurting production. U.S. economic growth, GDP, for Q1 rose 6.4%, faster than the previous quarter's 4.3%. Huge stimulus and vaccine acceleration is speeding growth. Federal and state spending also increased, which is supporting growth. U.S. March personal income jumped 21.1% from February's 7% drop. March was the highest ever recorded. This chart goes back to the 1960s, 60 plus years ago. Government stimulus and social benefits are also driving growth. The record low was negative 7% in February 2020. U.S. U of M April consumer sentiment was revised higher to 88.3, the highest since March 2020. There was a sense of upward optimism in jobs and income propelled by stimulus. Expectations overall improved, and there's expected to be exceptional consumer spending until mid-2022. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 169 points to 33,874, remaining near the record high. It was the best first 100 days of any president since 1933, when FDR was president, helped by strong earnings and strong U.S. Q1 growth of the 6.4. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions. and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.